Welcome to Play by Play Sports, man. This your host, Marlo Smith, back again with another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about none other than the 2025 Michigan Wolverines. And I'm going to give you the harsh truth about the Michigan Wolverines and the things that they can accomplish in 2025. They went through a lot of turmoil last season, but with everything the Michigan Wolverines went through, the coaching departures, players leaving in the transfer portal. A lot of guys went to the NFL after former coach Jim Harbaugh moved on to go coach in the NFL for the San Diego Chargers or the Los Angeles Chargers, whatever you want to call them. But they left new coach Sharon Moore in this May. I mean, the guy had to pull players from everywhere, but Sharon Moore did an excellent job of keeping that football team together. Michigan fought hard all season long, and they beat my squad, the Alabama Crimson Tide, in the last game of the season in the bowl game to finish the season 7-5 and finish 5-4 in the Big Ten Conference, which that was a really, really good way to end the football season. And even though I really didn't like it, they really outplayed us, played my Alabama squad. I mean, we couldn't do nothing on offense. Even though plays were open to be made, our quarterback couldn't hit the side of a cruise ship. So that kind of hurt us too, but it's all good. You know, both teams should be really, really good this season, and I'm looking forward to it. But this show is about Michigan. Let's get back into it. Michigan lost games to Texas Longhorns, 31-12 at Michigan. Like I said, Texas was a way better football team than Michigan with all the things they went through. They lost at the Washington Huskies 27-17. Unexpected, but quarterbacks being shifted in all over the place. At Illinois 21-7. The Oregon Ducks drug them 38-17. Who else they lost to? Indiana beat them 20-15. So I don't see the Wolverines in the same light as last year. I think they've done some amazing things, and these boys are going to be ready to play in this upcoming season. And they've already started off with an amazing quarterback and former five-star Bryce Underwood, who's everybody's been gaslighting and hyping this kid up. Which he already looked like he'd been playing college football already, like he a junior. The dude is huge. But Bryce Underwood will have the Wolverine faithful energy at an all-time high going into the football season, because it wasn't much to cheer about last season. Let's be honest about that. The offensive coordinator, Chip Lindsey, would build an explosive attack with Bryce Underwood at the helm. Bryce put up crazy numbers at Belleville High School. The boy can really play the game. I know college and high school, two different things, but some people, they're just ready for the big stage. But Bryce put up crazy numbers. The guy threw for over 10,000 yards during his high school career, 142 touchdowns, passing the rock. I mean, he is so special, and everybody should be very, very pleased with who's going to be the signal caller for Michigan this year. Guy's going to uplift everybody around him, and they're going to make big plays. But he was passing that rock through the air, and on the ground, the young man was churning out over 12,000 yards. I think 12,919 all-purpose yards and 179 total touchdowns. That's crazy work on the green grass when it comes to that football. But this kid is very, very talented, and they would definitely put some talented players on the football field around him, so Michigan can really step up and shock everybody in the Big Ten. But every defense in the Big Ten will be put on notice when this true dual threat game breaker takes the field this fall. And you best believe teams are already game planning for Bryce Underwood. I can guarantee you that. The guy for a young man, has a big arm, can run the ball. He's about the size of some defensive lineman and bigger than some linebackers. So you best believe you better bring your lunch pail when you're ready to tackle this boy. But let's look at the other weapons on the field. and who will be making Bryce Young life much easier when the Wolverines are on the attack. You know, they got the Indiana Hoosiers transfer wide receiver Donovan McCulley. This kid is a big 6'5", 200-pound target. Big freshman wide receiver from Lake Worth, Florida. Stands at 6'5", 208 pounds. Recorded 50 catches, over 1,100 yards and 12 scores as a senior. And this dude is a huge target. And Bryce he'll be able to get this boy the ball. Because I think Bryce like 6'5", 6'6" himself. But look out for Indiana transfer wide receiver Donovan McCulley. He's going to be a special talent that's going to help these boys. But like I said, big time freshman wide receiver they got from Lake Worth going to step in. I think he was a 4 or 5 star, one of those. You got junior wide receiver Frederick Moore, who wrapped up 11 catches, 128 yards, and 1 touchdown last season. You got Samaj Morgan, has big play potential. And this dude can definitely have a breakout year for the Wolverines. You saw him in spurts last season in 2025. But let's not forget about incoming freshman Andrew Marsh out of Texas. Played at Katy Jordan High School. This dude racked up 62 catches for over 1,100 yards and 11 scores. So they are putting the pieces around Bryce Underwood that's going to help this guy be way more productive and give Michigan a chance to turn things around this upcoming season. So I don't think it's a 2-year project. Michigan is going to ball out this upcoming season right out the gate. Michigan already had some really good tight ends. Their program has always put out excellent tight ends. So you already know they're going to be developed. They lost their tight end, and they always have some waiting in the wings. But running back transfer, one of my guys, Justice Haynes, played for Buford High School, was a really, really good player at the University of Alabama, where he crushed out 448 yards on 79 carries and 7 touchdowns. I can admit, as an Alabama fan, that Alabama never used Justice Hayes the right way. And as talented as this kid is, he should have carried that rock at least 200 times last season. 79 carries is an insult to this young man's talent. And I see why he decided to go somewhere else, because, I mean, you wasting his ability. And if you get his man, you saw what he did in spurts. Imagine if this guy get touches to where he's getting the rhythm. The things that Justice Haynes can do on the football field will be crazy. And we're going to miss him, but Bama loaded at the running back position. But we definitely going to miss this guy. And Michigan got a really good running back that can help Bryce Underwood really come into his own as the season gets started. You know, to have a veteran running back right behind you. And you know Michigan always has some really good running backs. But let's not forget about the defensive side of the ball. And we already know Michigan played really, really good defense. So that's not going to be a problem under defensive coordinator Wink Martindale. We had the Wolverine defense locked in this season and ready to compete at a high level. In 2024, Wink Martindale led Michigan to the 19th ranked defense nationally in points per game, giving up 19.9, every time they stepped on the football field. We had those boys playing at an elite level in 2025 with players such as, you got defensive end TJ Guy, 32 stops, 5.5 sacks last year. Defensive tackle Rayshawn Bennett, big fella in the middle. You got defensive end Derek Moore, 23 stops and 4 sacks. Transfer defensive end Trey Williams from Clemson. Damon Payne from Alabama. But I think that kid is from Michigan as well, who's going to be a stud. Linebacker Jayshon Barham recorded 66 tackles, 1 sack. You got stud linebacker Ernest Houseman. This dude, he's a player. 89 stops, 2 sacks, 1 interception. So the defensive front, the linebackers, I mean, you can count on Michigan being really dominant up front from the defensive line to the linebackers. That's where everything starts. They got veteran players. Even though they lost some, they do have veteran players that can step in and do their thing on that side of the ball, as well as hold teams in check until the offensive unit get going, which I don't see a problem with Michigan having anything getting going on the offensive side of the ball, because that boy Bryce Underwood going to make some things happen. I don't care if he got to run. Drop back, don't see nothing, take off and hit the ground running. So he's going to be a really, really good player. But you have the secondary will be strong with Jair Hill leading the charge at 6'2", 185-pound recorded, 8 PBUs, 1 interception, and 35 stops last season. You got transfer nickelback TJ Metcalf from Arkansas Razorbacks, who recorded 57 stops, 3 interceptions, and the guy had 7 PBUs. What's the other safety they have? Rod Moore, who's a talented guy. He can play as well. And let's not forget about Zeke Berry, who played well, recording 37 stops. He had 2 interceptions and 9 PBUs. Michigan would be, trust me when I say this, Michigan will be a lot better in 2025. They are loaded on both sides of the ball. They will run the ball and play great defense. You can believe that. Those are the things that they're going to hang their hat on in this upcoming season. Running the ball. You're going to see a lot of play action with Bryce Underwood. And you're definitely going to see some quarterback draws. But that defense is going to be locked and loaded and ready to go. Week 1. Michigan has always played great defense. So I don't see that changing. Going into this season, they played pretty well last year. The offense just was sporadic and all over the place, very inconsistent. So the boys, you know, they was on the field a lot. They broke down. Sometimes the offense couldn't do that. Teams jumped on them, caught them out of place, and that was it. But the Wolverines, they big games. They traveled to Oklahoma to play the Sooners in week 2. At Nebraska, September the 20th. I think they got USC, and they have a big game at home against Ohio State. Can you imagine what that game is going to be like when you got, well, the dude would be no longer, even though he'd be freshman labeled, but the guy be a veteran quarterback by the time they get to Ohio State, and he'll be ready to go. But if Bryce Underwood is as good as advertised, the Michigan Wolverines, they would be back and contending for the Big Ten in 2025. Man, and I'm looking forward to watching them play. Sharon Moore has a plan. I think he was suspended. Almost seemed like Jim Harbaugh scenario. I think he's suspended for the first week or 2 of the season. The boy is wild, but trust me, Michigan will be back, and they are locked and loaded. That defense with Wink Martindale calling the plays, they are going to be better in year 2 under him. So I expect Michigan to be contending for the Big Ten in 2025. Man, thank y'all for tuning in. Know that God is an awesome God. He reigns over all. Don't ever give up on your dreams in life. Continue to fight no matter where you stand right now. God has a plan for your life. Thank y'all for tuning in to Play by Play Sports Show. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this channel. Like, subscribe, and share this channel. And I'm your host, Marlo Smith, Play by Play Sports Show, and I'm out. Peace.